Hey, so it's time to do the high lift blonding application. So we're gonna section her off. This time we're doing the bottle, and I'm using Revlon Color Silk shade 3, which is the ultralight sun blonde, mixed with a level 5 ultralight ash blonde. This takes me back to when I used to color my mom's hair. So you take like this, you take the color and saturate it. What I love about hair coloring is that there is more than one way to get your intended result. Some people, when they go platinum, they uh, they stick with the traditional like bleach. They bleach it out all the way until it's a pale yellow, and then they put the violet toner afterwards. Some people go do a medium blonde first, like I did on my doll head, and then they try to bump it up with a high lift tint. So I want to see, and because I want to preserve the length of my doll head, and because she was already chemically treated, I don't think her hair would have been able to withstand another bleach. So maybe this is a good thing. And I'm using thin sections as I would a traditional color. This is really nice. I feel like it's gonna work really nicely. I love blonde hair. Blonde hair is just my absolute favorite color. And so this is what I'm doing. See the half an inch, and you go to the ends. Half an inch to the ends, half an inch to the ends. Second. So, yeah. And as mentioned in my previous video, if you want to do if you want to try an ultralight blonde shade and you don't want to bleach your hair, you have to be at least a level 8 like my doll head or lighter in order for it to take you into the blondes. Because if you're darker, it's just going to make you a little lighter and a little redder. It's not going to take you to the blonde. So in order to, if you want to take a shortcut and not want to bleach twice, that's fine. But just remember, if you start with a dark base like mine, the ultralight blonde is just going to make you slightly lighter, and it's just going to add some red. That's all it's going to do. And as brunettes, we have a lot of red pigment. What's really funny is that like the brunettes make the best redheads because our hair is all about the red. We have all this red underneath our hair. All right. Look how her color oxidized in just 2 days. It looks even brighter than it did when I first did it. Getting conservative with my application because you know you want this color to last you. You know. You know what's really funny is I thought I was done with the hair coloring on my doll head. I thought I got her to the blonde that I wanted, and you know I'm happy and I'm gonna keep it for a while. And then guess what happened? I was watching the spring Versace show for 2023, and one of my favorites, Paris Hilton, was walking on that runway strutting her stuff, and she had this gorgeous ultralight golden like yellow blonde. It was almost like butter. It wasn't quite platinum as Donatella's, but it was like really light. And I was like, you know what? I gotta have that color. So now we are gonna try to do it on this beautiful doll head. She's so blonde, I love. Can't believe that she was as dark as me when we started, and I got her to this solid level 8-9. This is a lot gentler on the hair than the bleach. So I think this is a good reference in the future. Like if somebody who's already a blonde, whether they're a bleach blonde or they're a natural blonde, comes to me and they're like, you know what, Anthony, I want to take my blonde to the next level. Maybe it'll just be a good idea to do this ultralight instead of bleaching. You know, there's always more than one way to get a job done. And I'm not going to do it a quadrant at a time. I'm going to do her whole head. Because I really want to show you guys, you know, about how to be able to color a head of hair in one shot. So, we're going to go back and we're going to do the regrowth. And I'm going to show you a trick how to section the hair with the applicator tip. I think which is awesome. And also because the color has a little bit of ash in it, I know it's going to soften up this yellow. It's all personal preference, I guess. Some people would love a warmer blonde like this. Other people are going to be like, oh, it's too yellow, it's too brassy, ah. And, you know, to each their own, I guess, you know. So I'm doing the exact same thing that I did on the other side. I'm going to clip this out of the way. And this doubles up too as a color correction. Let's see how it's. Yeah, it looks like it's blending quite nicely, actually. You could be a little more relaxed with a high lift than with a bleach because it doesn't work as fast as a bleach, and so you could still have uniform sections. It's, you know, with bleach you have to be lightning quick, and with this you could just chill, relax, and just do it little by little, making sure that that there's even uniform color. My mother used to love this Revlon Color Silk hair color. Every time, I remember there were times where she would come home from the salon, and I was like 16, and she would sometimes come home with like this golden blonde, kind of like my doll head, and she was the type of person that every time the sight of anything gold or warm, right away in her eyes it was orange, and she would always freak out, and she would be like, "It's so orange. What to do? Help me!" And so I would, we would go to the, like the CVS or the Rite Aid together, and we would buy the Color Silk. And I would always, my favorite shade for her was like the medium ash blonde. And, and it gave her this really nice like wheat color. And it was, of course, it was a little conservative for my liking, but, she liked it. But no matter what color you want to achieve, uh, especially if you're starting with a darker base, and especially if you have a lot of warmth in your hair, you know, there is no avoiding it. And you see how I'm sectioning it, the hair with the applicator tip? I just take, you know. It's kind of cool. I got the best of both worlds. You know, with my other video, I did the bowl and brush. This one I did um, the, the bottle application. So it's versatile, you know. Very gentle color. I like how it's not eating up her hair like bleach would normally. And it's already looking better. I see that the gold is softening up. One thing that I see in the salons to expedite the color process is that they would stick the people under the dryer with the foils. And honestly, there's no need to. It just damages the hair. And I know we live in a culture that wants like everything like lightning fast. But ask yourself, if you would eat a pot roast, would you rather eat one that was microwaved or that was slow cooked? You know? And it's always slow and steady wins the race. And especially if you do with the foils, there's no need to because the foil is already generating heat. You know, the scalp's already generating heat. So it's totally unnecessary. Very excited to see like the end result of this application. I'm going to use the second bottle for the roots. I cannot stand hot roots. I'd rather have the hair have a little bit of a shadow root than to have these like bright platinum roots and then these like medium colored ends and mid lengths. So we're about 75% there. Very excited to see how this will change her hair. Okay, so we got 3 of the quadrants done, which is a good thing. Now we have to do this last one. Okay guys, stay tuned. I'm going to do this last quadrant and I'll be back.